Now that we've got the parts made for our basic prototype catapult, let's make an assembly using these parts. Let's go to the Assembly tab and we're going to insert the full part studio. Let's try that. So if we click there and then go to the green check mark immediately, not out here, but to the green check mark immediately, it'll put it at the origin. First thing we always want to do when we have an assembly is make sure that we have one part that is fixed. So I'm going to click on the base and click fixed. Now these can all move around. So they're not placed anywhere. So what I'm going to try to do is use this tool here, the group mate, which will put a fastened mate on all the parts that I select. So let's try this. I'm going to select over here in the this area here. I'm going to select the column. I'm going to select, let's see, what do we have? Oh yeah, column support. I'm going to select the base, and I'm going to select the dowel. And I want those all to be stuck together. So I'm going to come up here to group and click group and accept that. And that should make it so that those parts are together. But of course these parts can still move around. At this point I've got the base and the base, column support, column, and dowel all fit together, so I can move some of these other parts away. And I want to attach the launch beam. So that's going to be a revolute joint. Let's go ahead and make it up here, revolute, and we'll zoom in right on the end of the dowel and then right on this hole. Right, let's move this away, put it right there. And I want to use an offset to move that down about, I forget, is it 2 inches? Let's take a look at it from the right. We want to center this thing. I'm going to put it at 2, but I should be able to figure this out. So this thing is 2 inches, so that's 1 inch. And I can't do the math in my head, but I want this to be in about the center, and I don't think it quite is. I think I'm going to say 1.5. We can figure this out easily enough. That's probably, let's try 1.75. Again, we will have figured this out before we do this, so no worries here. So let's accept that revolute mate. And now let's make sure that it can revolve. So let's animate it 0 to 360. Let's make it go a little fast so we can see what's going on. And there it goes. Okay, it looks like it's revolving here. And if I come and look at it from this side, it's not quite touching the floor or the base, or is it? I think it is. So clearly we made this too long. So this is what CAD is for, to help us figure these things out. Okay, good. Well, let's leave it like that for now. We'll modify the launch beam later. So here we are with this, and I think what I'm going to do in this is put the stopper here right in this area. So let's use a fasten mate right here, and I'm going to put it, let's see, like right in this lower corner on the face right there, and I want that to be right there. Shift 7, let's see what happened. Accept that. Okay, so there it is. Now this guy can move, so we can avoid hitting it. So we can use the CAD to find that angle that we need. Okay, so I need to make another column. That's right. So let's try something here. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's use a linear pattern. So the instance is going to be this thing, and the direction is going to be that direction, and I want it to go over there, but I want it to go 5 inches, don't I? Nope. How about, yeah, these have a finite thickness, 4.25 maybe? Is that it? Yep, 4.25. So now I've got that part, and so I'm about done. Let's go ahead and put the cup on there. So we'll use a fastened mate from the bottom to here, and I'm going to use an offset. It looks like that's the X direction of about 0.5. All right, we'll take that. And then finally, let's put the ball in there. Can we do that? Let's do that. I kind of forgot I've never really done a ball before, so let's do that and say there. Yeah, works just fine. So there it is, Shift 7. And so there's our very basic prototype. And so what we can do is now do some analysis. Let me go ahead and turn off visibility of this other column right there. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go to the Revolute and animate this. Let's go from 0 to 90. Let's find our bearings here. 0 to 90. Let's make it go a little faster. Looks like that's 90 and that's 0. So what we're going to do probably is go from something like minus 45 up to about 45. And so it's going to go something like this. And you can see we're going through it, so we have to limit the angles. We can determine what angles we can use, see if that's enough. And yeah, that's useful. Okay, I am going to do one more thing here, and that is to add the remaining column supports. So let's go ahead on this guy and right click. Let's see, copy, right click, paste, right click, paste, right click, paste. Now I think there's an easier way than the brute force method I'm going to use to place these, but I'm just going to go ahead and put a fasten mate there, and accept that. Move this guy over. Whoops. Move that guy over. And now, again, I'm going to use the fasten mate here and here. And now I can use that tool to get it in the right position. And finally, one more. I'll go over here. Fasten mate here to here. And there to there. And use this one to get it right. There we go. And Shift 7. We have our prototype. Now this, you can see this is probably going to need some work if we're going for distance, because as you pull it back, first of all, you can't pull it back very far because it interferes with the stopper here. But when you let go, it's going to hit, well, no, I guess it'll hit pretty late, but it might just put it straight into the ground. So this is a good tool to figure out exactly where we need to place this stopper bar here, and also what are limitations on the length of our bars. You can see it goes into the material actually on this side right there. So I can come over here and look for interference detection and grab the whole thing, and you can see that, yeah, there's a lot of interference. So we're going to need to modify this a little bit, but for now I think we're ready to start that modification and get one that works. We'll end it here. Thanks for watching.